Only right.
Here we go.
Yo, what it do, what it do? It's me, it's that rustling dude. And I'm joined here with the prettiest redhead since Jessica Rabbit. What's going on, Ginger Spice?
What's up, guys? It's Ginger Spice. In today's interview, let's see. Remember a couple of months ago when everyone was asking all the men, do you think about the Roman Empire? Well, this guy definitely does. Who do we got, Weasel?
It's the man himself, Jayson Caesar, man. Welcome.
Glad to be here, man.
Clap it up for him, man. He's fucking rude.
Sorry, man. It was a little bit of a lag. Hold on. Let me get it. All right, another Puerto Rican, another Boricua. You know we got to bring it up loud here, yo.
Louder now. So let's hop right in, man. Who trained you? How long you been in the biz and where you based at, so people know?
All right, so I've been training in pro wrestling since 2013, I believe. I might be getting my years wrong. It's been about a while.
How old are you?
Yeah, I start off. I'm 29 years old.
I thought you were like 21.
I get that all the time. I have a baby face.
Nice baby face.
But yeah, I'm 29 years old. I started wrestling in Puerto Rico. I worked there for about 2 years, then decided to move here to try to really make it big. And right now I'm currently training with Malachi Black, AEW star Malachi Black.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you come here right before we hopped on, man. You talk about you went through Hurricane Maria. What was that like? And then was that the reason why you came over here? Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, I mean, Hurricane Maria, God, that was the longest day of my life, man. Like, spent the whole day indoors. Like my parents, both my grandparents, my sister, and my 2 dogs inside the house the whole night. No electricity, no power, no nothing. In pure darkness, and then you hear the howling winds outside, and then just like it was just the longest day of my life. And then the next day you see all the destruction. I'm like, wow. Yeah. And after a few months I decided, you know what, what were you gonna say?
Where in Puerto Rico were you in?
San Sebastian. That's like northwest side.
Yeah,
northwest mountain area. But yeah, one day I decided, you know what, if I really want to make it in this business, I can't stay here. So I decided to hop on a plane and move to Orlando, and here I am. So,
welcome to Orlando.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you speak English already over there?
Yeah. I've spoken English since I was like 5 years old, actually.
That's awesome. I got cousins that still don't speak English, and they refuse to. I just think they just say, fuck it. It's never going to happen. You know?
Yeah. My dad can't speak English, so yeah.
Yeah, so you got it.
Yeah. Fuck it, right? So how'd you link up with Malachi Black?
Man, I just opened up. I just saw he was training people, and then training with recognized talent, former NXT champion, current AEW star. Like, who better can you have to train you and teach you how the business works? And yeah, it's been a blast working with him. He's so knowledgeable, and like, he's awesome. He's so awesome.
Yeah, it comes across that way. You a lifelong fan growing up?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, at first, when I first started, as a young kid, I actually wasn't allowed to watch pro wrestling. My mom, because during the time you had the Attitude Era, and the local scene in Puerto Rico was very much hardcore blood. Yeah. You know how Puerto Rican wrestling is. They want blood. And the thing is, like, my dad is a sports fan, but he doesn't really like combat sports. And on top of that, my mom's a pediatrician, so
safety first.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So how'd you get into it? Because I mean, I know, we're both Puerto Rican. We know how the parents are. You had to hide from it at first when you started watching, and eventually when you want to get into it.
No, I didn't really have to hide it. It's more like one day, like when I was a kid, I think it was like 11 or 12. We went to like this video rental store, and like I was looking around and I saw the DVD for SummerSlam 2005, the one with Shawn Michaels and Hulk Hogan. and I don't know, something about it like caught my attention. So I asked my dad if I could rent it. So yeah, I rented it. I watched, took it home and watched it, and I was like, whoa! I was immediately became a fan right there.
That was the match where the Shawn Michaels bumped all over the ring, all exaggerated for Hulk Hogan, right?
Yeah, bumped.
Was
All,
that
that was it was the pay per view where that happened. It was the pay per view where Mysterio and Eddie had the ladder match for Dominic for
Oh yeah,
custody of Dominic.
So
Yeah,
did you have promotion? What promotions did you wrestle for in Puerto Rico?
Well, I started off in a small little indie promotion called NRW over in the west side of the island. It was a small little promotion. We basically put on shows in like, you know, what we call the projects and like government housing and like basketball courts for like little kids. And then I actually got an opportunity to be on TV for a little while for a company called that now defunct company called WWL, World Wrestling League. And that's where like I got a little bit of experience working on television. I played a character who was nothing like me, but it was a door in. But yeah, it was really cool. And then two years into me working matches, the hurricane came in and basically everything shut down. So
yeah.
Would you? I see there's not a lot of wrestling on the west side of the island there. I spent a lot of time in Aguada recently, which isn't
really
that far from San Sebastian. Yeah, I actually just got a little apartment there going now to get settled back over there. But I was looking into shows over there, and there was like nothing. Even I started asking people, and there was just they were like, "No, we don't. It's not anything here. You got to go to tiene que ir a Metropolitana. You know what I mean? You got to go over there."
Yeah, pretty much. Like right now, the two biggest like some companies are like WWC, which is Carlos Colon's promotion. IWA came back a few years ago. That's run by Savio. There's another one called CWA, which uses like the 6-sided ring. And like there's also like small little promotions in there. Plus, like last year I went there twice to wrestle for one of my old trainers over there. His name is Mike Mendoza. For his school is called Espiritu Wrestling Dojo, and they train the current scene, and it's a pretty good show. They're on IWTV. They have a pretty good product. There's a lot of good talent in there. A lot of friends of mine. Like, if you want a little peek into like the Puerto Rican scene, check out Espiritu Wrestling Dojo.
And where are they located at?
Metropolitan area, yeah, around San Juan, so like that. You can just look them up on social media. Espiritu Wrestling Dojo. Trust me, those guys are awesome.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah. Who'd you first break in as? Did you have something embarrassing at the very beginning?
No, it was just generic. I had bought some orange trunks from eLucha and some black kickbacks because I had no idea what I wanted to be at the time, and I came in with like a jean vest and some goggles. I was just putting stuff together randomly, and like my first gimmick name was Jaden Navoa, which is like a play on Jason Momoa, if you can.
Yeah.
So then everyone just thought you were Hawaiian.
Yeah, and still to this day, people think
could you pull it off easily.
Yeah, till to this day, people think I'm Hawaiian. They think I'm like either Hawaiian, Samoan, like some flavor of some type of Polynesian, or they think, or heck, some people think I look Korean for some reason. I don't know why. For some reason, I don't know why.
There's chinos over there, Puerto Rico, but the thing is, you're also like really shiny and smooth. I remember when you were like shredded when we met you. And that's why I thought you were so young. You know what I mean? I was like, this guy had a baby face and everything. Like no one in their late 20s can maintain that physique. It had to be young, but I guess I was wrong.
I eat healthy. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Don't do drugs. The only thing I'm gonna do is competition. That's a little throwback.
Well, you're missing out,
the
but it's
goat,
okay.
the
I'll
goat.
do them for you.
So then, who's Jason Caesar? How'd you come up with him?
Well, at the time I was working under a different gimmick, but my coach at the time, Chris Silvio, didn't think it was clicking. So he told me to think about coming up with something new. And he also recommended me that I used my real name. My real name is Caesar, which is Caesar in Spanish, because he thought it was like a very unique name. Not a lot of people have it, especially here in the States. So I just like okay, let's see what I can do, because I don't want to use it as my first name. But so what if I use it as a second name? So then I started playing with it, and I eventually came up with Jayson Caesar. So, it just stuck like that.
Okay. Where'd you come with the outfit and everything from? What was the inspiration for it?
The inspiration for it, I just I'm a comic book nerd. I'm into all the stuff, the geeky stuff, superheroes, anime, stuff like that. So try to look at a lot of stuff for Power Rangers and Kamen Rider and superhero outfits. I came up with the colors from uh, Icarus from the Immortals, which had that blue and gold type of vibe, and the outfit, because my nickname is the Warrior Prince, and so I try to come up with also with colors that that revolve around royalty, if that makes any sense. So royal blue and gold, it's like an easy thing. And I also came up with the mask.
With the mask, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. As a matter of fact, I have it right
saying-
here. Let me go get it.
Yeah.
Hey, you got the goat on the shirt.
Fuck
Yeah.
CM Punk. He's such a bitch. I hate CM Punk.
That's the goat, man. That's the goat.
Let's agree to disagree. Let's agree to disagree.
I'm just kidding. I don't have any hate for CM Punk anymore. I used to, but when he came back, he apologized. All right, look at the mask. So
Love
who
it.
made
Yeah,
that?
it's a badass mask.
Or did you, so who made that? Or did you?
I got it was God. Give me 1 second. I know the guy. I have him on Instagram. Give me a second. I apologize, guys.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, represent, man. That's actually something we could start bringing up more. Trying to represent the who's making their
The makers?
They're not costumes, but they're not uniforms.
Yeah, don't
They're
disrespect
gear.
them and call them a costume. How dare you?
Well, I would call it a uniform.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
gear. Uniform, gear, whatever.
What do you call it? It's just for gear?
Gear,
Okay.
gear.
Yeah, it's not a costume. I
Yeah,
wear a
you don't work at
costume.
McDonald's.
Yeah. But you don't work at McDonald's. There you go. But Batman wears a costume.
Nah, you can't say that. Come on.
All right, hold on. But
The
before
people that dress up like Batman wear a costume, not Batman himself.
All right. Okay. I appreciate that you mentioned Kamen Rider. I'm a big fan of Kamen Rider, but probably the original. Which one's your favorite Kamen Rider?
Oh man, I guess the one that kind of hooked me the most, that kind of made me a fan, was O's.
That's the one with the
With the medallions and the
with like the video game.
no, it was the one with the
one?
medallions where it has
That's
the
the video
the
game
three
inspired
sections with the head, the arms, and the legs. That was like red, yellow, and green.
Okay, no, I'm not familiar with that one. I'm gonna look it up though because I'm a big Kamen Rider fan. But that's like 60 years of information there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's Rider O's. It's Kamen Rider and then 3 O's.
Okay, and that's
Yeah,
helped
it's like
inspired some of your gear.
Just not specifically that one, but how usually Kamen Rider costumes or outfits are designed.
So
I
tell
really
us
like
about the person that made your gear.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
No, tell us about the person that made your gear and stuff. Share his information. I think it's really cool, the people that make the gear.
So the guy who designed my gear is called Bitter Chain Design. He's a guy from Italy, and he designs gear for a bunch of wrestlers. You can find him on Instagram, Bitter Chain Designs, and he'll he'll like makes this amazing designs. I think he's designed for a bunch of pros actually, and he'll just tell him what he wants, and he'll design it. And he did my current gear, and it's just amazing. And then after he sends you the designs, he'll actually recommend you gear makers to actually take and make the gear.
That's cool.
Okay, so he's a designer and then the gear maker separately. So then who put the gear together?
Breakneck Creative, I believe, is also Craven Knight, who's also a worker. But yeah, he put together my gear, and he did an amazing job. I love the gear. It came up the trunks, the kick pads, the coat, everything.
It's very sharp,
Everything.
very sharp.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it sets you separately. You can definitely tell the difference. You know what I mean? Like star quality all over.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing that a lot of workers and wrestlers should really put in their minds. Make sure they have quality gear. Because like you never know when you might get the call. WWE, AEW, hey, we want to invite you over here, and then you show up and you have like shitty gear compared to everyone. It's like you want to make the best impression possible.
Absolutely. You never know who's watching too. You never know who's gonna go. What video is gonna go viral. You never know. So you're right, man. You always gotta be looking on point, looking like a star at all times.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the name of the guy who made my mask, so I can shout him out too. So like,
yeah, the mask is cool.
Let me like if I can find it, I'll definitely let you guys know. So
No problem. What's been the hardest part about the whole wrestling thing?
oh man, just the hardest part, just just that's a really tough question because I think it would be just balancing everything because right now I like yeah you got to wrestle and you got to put in the work and everything, but you also like trying to make the bookings and stuff like that, and you got to balance all that with paying rent and buying groceries and making sure your car is in shape so it doesn't break down in the middle of the road. And on top of that, like I'm living here on my own. I'm all by myself. I basically got no family here in Florida. So that's pretty much I would say the toughest part about wrestling, just balancing the whole, at least for me.
Grind, the grind of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what made you do that? Have that leap to jump into wrestling? Because like everyone always has that dream, but not everyone has the balls to kind of like just do it. Was it just you just woke up one day and like fuck it, I'm doing this, or?
Well, it started off I started off as a fan watching. I started off as a WWE fan, just watching WWE. But then when I discovered TNA, and I saw like those old school X Division guys, Chris Sabin, AJ Styles, Petey Williams, that's when it kind of clicked on me. You know what? Maybe I want to do this. But it kind of took me a long while to actually like put it in motion because I was afraid to speak up and say, hey, I want to be a wrestler. So it wasn't until I was in college on my second year that one day I was just on my computer watching some indie wrestling on YouTube. And then a friend of mine told me, hey, is that what you're watching, wrestling? Oh yeah, this is some independent wrestling from the States and all that. And he told me, you know what? I think you could do really good at it. You got the height, you got the looks and everything. It was like, huh. And then started circling in my head. That started circling in my head. And on top of that, I had a bunch of friends who were out there, following their dreams, like whether it was stand-up comedy or theater or being in a band or modeling, whatever. And then I thought to myself, you know what? If they can do it, why can I? So one day I went to my parents and I told them, hey, I want to be a wrestler and I'm doing this. So you're either with me or no, and they helped me, and I managed to find a school, and I trained there for a while. At first, they were adamant, like, because they didn't want me to get hurt and everything. But now, every time they come here to Orlando to visit, they come to a show if there's one, and I can safely say they're my biggest fans. So I'm very grateful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I love
I
that.
don't like having that support from their parents, man.
yeah,
Makes a big difference in the way you go about things.
yeah, it really does.
Except for
It's actually funny when you think about it, because like
Get about hardcore's ultimate chocolate.
you should have seen what my mom's reaction was when I came home from my first practice ever. Like I was all bruised up. I was all bruised up and like battered and in pain. Like I had markings all over my back from the ropes, because those ropes are like wire, and if you're not used to them, they hurt. They hurt a lot.
Yeah.
So she looked up my shirt, and then after that, she looked me straight in the eye and she told me, "I should have hit you with the chancla even more when you were a kid. If I'd have known that you were gonna do this if I had known you were gonna do this when you grew up, I should have hit you more. I should have gone balls to the wall."
You'd probably be a deathmatch wrestler then.
Get about hardcore's ultimate
probably.
Yeah. The ultimate chancla, yeah. Hardcore, a wrestler that we had on here recently, talked about the ultimate chancla that had like thumbtacks all on the bottom of it.
He said he got hit and it stuck to his back the whole match.
Yeah.
Oh wow, man! Dude, I've seen some deathmatch stuff that's just crazy. It's
crazy.
Like, what is wrong with you people?
Blowing my mind recently as I've gotten into it. I didn't think I was ever gonna like it, but I went to one in Houston and it was just like, and now I'm hooked.
Dude, I saw
that shit right here, baby.
I saw a clip from an old CZW Tournament of Death. There was this Japanese wrestler named Abdullah Kobayashi. Imagine a Japanese version of Abdullah the Butcher.
Yeah,
basically. And so basically, the guy was on his ass in the ring, and the guy who was facing him put like I don't know what it was. It was like a tack. It was like a big tack that has like a bunch of like the spikes in it, like that. He put that shit on top of his head. He grabs a steel chair and just hammers it right there on his skull, and it got stuck there.
Yeah,
and it got stuck there. And then they cut to the back, and the medics are trying to pull it off, and they're trying to yank it. I'm like,
I think I seen that clip where the scalp is coming with the whole damn thing with him.
Yeah, man. Hardcore talked about stuff like that the other day. Oh, yeah. No, thank you.
Would you ever do deathmatch stuff?
I mean, like, I probably do it just once just to say I did it, check it off the bucket list, and then never do it again. Yeah, like I'm not against deathmatch wrestling. I think there's a time and place for it, but for me, I would just do it one time just to say I did it, and then never do it again.
Yeah, that's how you get your merit badge.
Yeah, pretty much.
I hope you don't fall in love with it. Then you'll be doing it all the time.
Yeah, that's what one of my friends, Ruby Flyers, said when you do death matches. You either love it and you do it for the rest of your life, or you do it once and you never do it again.
Yeah.
And you don't want fucking colon head.
No, don't get me started. That thing, his forehead looks like a churrasco.
So,
like I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
It's bad. It's bad. For people who haven't seen you, man, what do you think has been your best match so far? Like, you want them to go check out one or two matches. What would it be?
One or two matches, I would say. Like, I'll give you two matches. Like, these are probably two of my favorite matches. First one it was in the establishment. It was me against Azrael Rowe. It was a good friend. It was a good friend of mine, just because of the big man, little man business. I always have so much fun working with him. He's such a cool dude. It was the establishment the show was Mo Money, Mo Power. It was me against Azrael Rowe. We had like a really fun match, and I'm really happy with it. And then the second match I recommend you check out is for Dark Prospects Ritual 2, where I'm in the main event against Orion. And that that was a match that going into it I was very, 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 very nervous about because I'd never, in my opinion, I'd never gone up against someone at his level. He's like a tremendous athlete, wrestler, like current OVW star. And like, I don't know, like that after that match, it like motivated me to get even better at this. So yeah, those are the two matches I would recommend. Me, Jayson Caesar versus Azrael Rowe at the Establishment's Mo Money, More Power, and Dark Prospect Ritual 2, Orion versus Jayson Caesar. That's what I would recommend.
That's Selena Vega's husband, right?
Yeah.
See, like the Boricua connection. That's why he took you in. He's like Boricua,
Maybe, I don't know.
What's
your favorite beach? What's your favorite beach in Puerto Rico?
Favorite beach? I would have to say, to me, it's a tie between any of the beaches in Rincon or either that or take a ferry and go to Culebra.
I have not been out to Culebra.
Those beaches bro, those beaches are pristine. If you ever get the chance, definitely go to Culebra.
Do you surf?
Nah, I'm not a surfer. I tried to learn how to skateboard, but I sucked at it, so I just let it go.
So I'd rather just jump off of really tall things and have people throw me around.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Though I never get the chance to jump off really tall things because I'm usually the biggest guy in the ring. So.
Yeah.
What's your stats? How tall are you?
I'm 6'4" and weigh to around 215 pounds.
Wow, yeah. That's so awesome.
You just busted it out, my Ginger Spice.
I wish I was that tall.
What do you think has been your biggest moment so far?
Biggest moment so far? I would have to say like the one of the most amazing things that I've ever done would have to be when I got invited over to be an extra in NXT back in 2019. No, that was early January of 2020 before COVID hit. So I got invited to be an extra over at NXT, and just like going there and seeing the backstage and how everything is run. It was like a surreal experience. And I got to sit next to and talk to William Regal, and me and a bunch of guys just sat out there and talked with William Regal, and we talked business. And it was like an experience I'll never forget.
Yeah, but sitting with him, man, that guy's got all the wisdom.
Yeah.
No, he's awesome. One funny thing is like about William is that someone had asked him a question is like, what made you want to get into the business of wrestling? And his answer was, I didn't want to work for a living.
Seems like he's doing a lot of working right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know if you can call that work. It seems like so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
They say the travel is the work, right?
Yeah, that's what they say. The travel is the work. If you got an opportunity, man, you got to read his book, man. That guy has a crazy ass life. His life is crazy.
Really?
All the shit he's done. I forgot what it's called. But it's not. You can't buy a printed version, so you had to buy like an Audible or digital version. But it's crazy, man. Like how he got started all the way through his all his troubles and stuff in WCW. It's a good ass book, man. It's cool how You're getting a lot more respect once you figure out everything he's gone through and all the demons he fought to get to where he's at today, man. It's incredible.
Yeah, what you said the name was again?
Let's see.
I got some credits on Audible I'm about to use.
Okay.
Because it's a crazy ass book. Like, because he was like addicted to GHB at one point.
All right.
What's that? The human growth hormone or something? Like that?
It's like what bodybuilders use to get shredded. Like one cap is basically like drinking a 12-pack.
Oh wow.
Oh, I need to get me some of that.
Walking a golden mile.
Well, walking a golden mile.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet. Got it.
All those Puerto Rican crowds, they still crazy?
Oh yeah, they're still crazy. Like they'll honk the air horns. They'll still go wah 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 when you ever do that. And it's like the one thing they don't do now these days is they don't throw shit at the ring anymore.
Okay. No batteries to the head.
Which no batteries to the head. I've heard some horror stories.
We're maturing, people. We're not animals anymore. We're not the savages
I heard.
we are.
Yes. No, trust me. I've heard some horror stories from some of the guys. One that always stuck with me is from something that happened to this Dominican wrestler named Bronco Number 1.
Well, that was the problem right there. It was Dominican. You know how that beef goes.
No, like the guy got the crowd so mad. A couple of them followed him backstage and had him by the foot up on the door, trying to pull him in, but they couldn't get him. So instead, they went to the parking lot, found his car, and set it on fire.
That's what I'm saying. There's still that beef. Yeah. There's always going to be that beef between the Dominicans and the Puerto Ricans. And
you know what's worse? And you know what's worse? You know what's worse? It was a rental.
That's why you got to get that insurance.
Yeah, you can't have that. You can't have the Dominican flag flying through the in the rearview mirror, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always wanted to get a rental and get the insurance and just like fucking wreck it and shit like that. Run it like Jackass style.
Or go return it all fucked up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but I don't know. I got too good of a conscience.
How'd you link up with the establishment?
The establishment, I was just one day. I've known DMC ever since I moved to Florida. One day I was at a show, watching the show, and he was wrestling in it. So I went in and say hi, give him his props for the match, and then he told me like, "Hey, do you have this date available?" And I'm like, "Yeah, oh yeah, I'm putting on a show with a new promotion, and like I'd like you to be part of it." It was like, "Okay, cool." So did the show, and like I gotta say I love working with those guys. Like they're awesome. They're awesome. I love the establishment. So.
Sorry, wait. So go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, have you only wrestled between Puerto Rico and Florida?
Mostly, yeah. But I've had the occasional trip to the other state. I wrestled a show in Atlanta for like a lucha libre promotion, and then I did a show in Tennessee a few years ago, but it's mostly been like Florida and the occasional trip to Puerto Rico. I'm trying to go out of state even more. Because I understand if you want to make it in this business, you can't stay in one place. You have to travel more. But that's what I like I said earlier. It's the hardest part of me for wrestling is balancing everything. Because you want to make it in this business. You want to make the towns. You want to go everything, but sometimes circumstances don't really allow you to do that. But at that point,
yeah, because you want to be able to pay for it yourself. Aries Perez the other day was saying like sometimes you just got to go pay for it yourself and go. You know what I mean? And then put you on the show. Can't be waiting on the people. And sometimes it's just real life happens, right?
Yeah, real life happens. Like I said, I live by myself. Like I got basically got no one around. So
We got the FIP world champion August Artois talking shit to you. He said he's better than you. You got to check him out. He's down in Clearwater. You heard of him?
yeah, I know who he is. Yeah, I know who he is. I know him. Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can say whatever he wants. I don't really care.
You heard that? Fuck you, August. Anyways, moving on. What's what's the best piece of advice you've ever been? Go ahead.
He always like fuck everything, and I just like I'm not a shit talker, so I can't even say anything back. All I'm just like, all right, fuck Puerto Rico, okay.
That's why they didn't want his bitch ass back over there, anyways. What's
Oh, Tommy Omega said, "Fuck you, Arkansas."
what's the best piece of advice someone's given you?
Best piece of advice, I would have to say, like, be humble. Be humble, and this business doesn't owe you anything. Like, because this is I remember watching a Chris Hero seminar where he said that this business, pro wrestling, doesn't owe you a single damn thing. It's a pro wrestling is a ride. You get on it, you pay for your ticket, you get on the ride, you ride the roller coaster, and then the ride ends. That's it. It doesn't owe you a damn thing. So at the very least, be grateful that you get to be a part of it and take take to heart all the experiences
I
that you
love
get.
that.
You know.
That's what kind of starts separating you from everybody is like being humble and having people like you. 'Cause they like you, they're gonna bring you back. They're gonna book you compared to someone who's a fucking dick to everybody.
Like August or
Um, uh, yeah, but I'm not really the kind of guy that'll like gets mad about anything. I don't really get angry about anything. If you ask anyone who knows me, they know I'm not really like that. So
Yeah. What about
There's two Boricuas.
yeah.
There's one that lets it go, and there's another one that'll cut you from side to side. Just ask fucking Brody.
Let's not bring that. No, no.
I will always bring it up every opportunity I can. Justice for Brody Lee.
You know he's got your address. You bought a fucking mask from him. He's got your address.
Justicia para Brody. Another thing that fucking August Artois used to say.
Yeah, he said it. He said it.
Come at me, bro.
No. Oh no. I don't even. What about Mayhem on Mills? How'd you link up with those guys? We caught a couple of shows out there. They got a cool setup outside like that under the tent.
That's insane that what people do on the
Yeah.
pavers there.
Yeah, well, Mayhem. Ever since I discovered Mayhem, I've always loved their work. I loved how they run their shows and everything. And like, first, I started off like going there. Hey, can I help out set up the ring and set up the ring? So that's what I did. Set up the ring. Whenever help they needed, I was there whenever I could. Then like the first opportunity I got to actually kind of work with them was in a Halloween show they did where they had it was alien themed and they had an alien come in and fucking wanted to kidnap one of the abduct one of the wrestlers to take it to his home planet, but he ended up getting thrown through a UFO. And then all of a sudden, me and my buddy came out as the Men in Black and took him over and wiped everyone's memory. Like that was like that was the first opportunity. That was the first opportunity I got. Then one day I was helping out at a show, and after the show ended, like the promoter came to me and he said, "Hey, next show you're booked. You got your shot." And like I was very grateful for that. So, I love their shows. I'm a huge fan of Mayhem and Mills. How they do their shows and everything. So anytime I get the opportunity to work with them, like I'm super excited to work with them. So
They put on some of the good, better intergender matches I've seen locally.
yeah, pretty much. And like,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, and they're not afraid to like be. I like they don't take themselves too seriously.
They
I
had some
think
inner
they're the only
science.
ones that are really doing intergender.
Yeah,
Yeah, locally for sure.
Locally, at least.
Yeah, I think they're the only ones that they're doing that. Yeah,
I think it's great. They kill it.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, not the last one. Like two shows ago, they had an intergender match for the establishment.
Any local guys you want to work with that you haven't yet?
Local guys I haven't worked with. I'd love to. I'd love to have a match with Mikey Spandex or DMC or Daniel Starling. I haven't worked with him. He's a really good guy. King of Florida, the King versus the Caesar. So someone book it. There you go.
What about promotion wise? Anyone you want to work with promotion wise that you haven't already?
So yeah, game Generation Championship Wrestling. I would love to work with those guys. Also, I would love to work with UCW. And who else? Well,
Have you done anything with IWA Florida?
no, IWA
Yeah,
Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, I've done some stuff with them here and there. I've done some stuff with them here and there. Yeah, there's a couple I've had a couple matches with them, but I'm sure I can't really think of any other promotion on the top of my head. But I'm pretty sure there's definitely a few other promotions that I would really love to work with. So
for the people that don't know, man, what's your ring style like? What would you describe it as?
My ring style, I would say me being 6'4" is obviously very big man style, heavy, but then like I also like to throw in a lot of every now and then I like to throw a little bit of lucha and strong style, but since most of the time I'm usually the biggest guy in the ring, it's just, big man, clobber everyone, pick them up, throw them down, That's pretty much how I would describe his style. It's not a very eloquent way to put it, but that's how I would describe it.
Who's some of the guys you emulated or took stuff from?
I would try. A lot of people I try to emulate would be like McIntyre, Sheamus, Gunther, Priest. Obviously, there's another big family guy represent. Yeah, basically like big guys who can move. Keith Lee's another guy. Dijak's another guy. Luchasaurus is another guy. No, I really like big guys who move like cruiserweights.
Yeah,
they're
fun to watch.
Yeah,
and usually the biggest guy on the card too, most of the time.
Yeah, like maybe not like mass wise, but definitely like yeah.
That's usually the biggest guy in any room.
Yeah, well, like my whole family is like tall, so I've always been a tall guy, but I'm not the tallest
man. When I was being made, sure, man, I'm 5'8". I always wanted to be tall. Yeah. God bless you, man. Someone bless you, whether it's him or whatever, because with that type of height, you got the whole world for you guys, man.
Like seriously, honestly, I've been considering doing one of those 23andMe things to see where my height comes from.
Yeah,
you should do it. Well, I guarantee you we're cousins. All Puerto Ricans are cousins. I watched this thing the other day that said that all Puerto Ricans are cousins. They use the numbers 23andMe, and every holiday season I get thousands of second and third cousins. Every time there's a sale, thousands, hundreds at a time.
Every time there's a sale.
But yeah, like my whole family's tall, but I'm not the tallest though.
Really?
No shit.
That honor belongs to that belongs to my cousin.
Yeah, how tall is he then?
He's 6'8".
Damn.
Is he in the NBA?
No, he wanted to, but like he played pro in Mexico and for the local league in Puerto Rico, but he's retired now. But he's 6'8". He's
there's
like
a statistic that anybody that's like over 6'6", like always ends up. They'll take you, whether you don't want to play basketball at all. They'll just stand you in front of whatever. You know what I mean? You got the height.
Yeah, pretty much. And like when I went to a show in Puerto Rico, he came over and play and to watch, and he brought his wife and his kid. His kid is like, at the time he was like 11 or 10 years old, and he was already up to my waist in height.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's that good eating, just eating the root vegetables over there, yuca, malanga, llame, todo eso, right from the fucking ground, right from the mountain, baby. That's what got you so tall, man.
Maybe, I don't know. I do definitely want to do the whole 23andMe thing just to check like where my tall gene comes from.
Well, the holidays are coming up. They're gonna be on sale, so just wait a little.
Yeah, maybe I'll do it.
You find out he's your third cousin.
We're all cousins, baby.
We're all cousins. Anything you want to promote that's coming up?
Well, like I'll not at the moment. I'll give you like my social media and my social media. It's my Instagram is Jayson Caesar Wrestler. That's all together in all minor case. Jayson Caesar Wrestler. I'm planning on starting using my Twitter or X. I'm not calling it X. Like it's called Twitter. It's always going to be called Twitter. But yeah, it's all uppercase Caesar Jayson X. That's my Twitter, and also I have a Facebook page, Jayson Caesar. You can find it. It's spelled the same way. It's spelled right here, JaysonCaesar. That's pretty
easy peasy for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I got for you, Ginger. You got anything for him? You got any more questions for him?
That's all I got. We just want to say thanks, man. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for putting your health and safety on the line for our entertainment. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, and you guys stay safe because the hurricane's coming up, and it's like
it's gonna be fun.
It's so predictable.
You want to come back on, promote some stuff, send it to us. Come on, we'd love to have you back on again and talk more shit.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you again for coming on. Ginger, go ahead and get your shit in, man.
Like and subscribe, Ginger Spice, baby. That's it.
OnlyFans still coming out. Be on the lookout for his OnlyFans.
If I get 1,000 followers, I will start another OnlyFans.
There you go. You heard it here, folks. Dick pics and all. That Rustin dude, D-O-double-D. Like and subscribe everywhere. Jason, man, thank you again for coming on, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.